Or like this. How do I sit? Like this?
Just whatever you want.
I'm sitting like this. So I should zoom back, go back a little. Go.
Okay.
I organized this trip because I really strongly believe in Earthwatch's mission to promote science and conservation by having people participate firsthand in the work of scientists in the field. And I thought this would be an excellent opportunity for my students for a number of different reasons. One of which being that in New York City, we don't get to experience nature as much as, in some other places. And I wanted students to be able to be immersed in wild places. And the reason why is because as far as conservation goes, I strongly believe that if you're going to preserve something, you have to know it to really care about it. So that was a big goal of mine, to get students out into nature, experiencing it, being immersed in it, so that they could really truly appreciate it and want to protect it in the future. So that was one goal. I mean, I could go on and on, Terrence.
My favorite part was when we but my favorite moment was when we went up the mountains, like to 8,000 feet elevation, because it was a really scary experience because the roads were really narrow. So if we just took a little bit this way, we probably would have fell off. But Dave knew where he was going, and just seeing the view from like high up was just like incredible. And I also really liked like the first day that we captured the owls, because like it was so exciting. We were all just like and like just to see an owl like in front of me and like holding it, that was a very exciting experience.
After lunch, me and my friend Terrence, we decided to go hiking. And as we were hiking, we heard the sound of water. And I guess that kind of like excited me. I don't know if it excited him as well. But as we got closer, the view was worth it. Because it was just a simple creek, but it felt more than that. You saw so many life in the river, the unique formations of the rocks. Yeah, that was my favorite one.
I like to know why things are the way they are, why things work a certain way, and I guess it all started as a kid with just the immediate surroundings and environment. Became really interested in the clouds and weather and storms, and I wanted to learn more about what that was, and so I decided to study meteorology in college and just got hooked. And then I learned a little bit about climatology and some of the climate change issues, and it's just amazing just to see this planet we live on is capable of so much, and it's kind of incredible that as such a small scale species, humans have this crazy impact, and I really just wanted to get deeper with that and figure out what can I do to just ensure that this planet stays sustainable for future generations to come. And I just feel like science has so many answers, which is great, but yet there's still so much we don't know, and I kind of like that. There's always more to learn.
So my background is in wildlife biology, and my whole life I've just been inquisitive, right? I ask a million questions about everything. I want to know how things work. I want to know why they work. I want to know why certain animals do better in other habitats than they might in a habitat in a completely different area. And so I think just my inquisitive nature made science really appealing to me. And to be perfectly honest, I grew up and went to school at a time when we were very regularly told that girls couldn't be scientists. And so also a little bit of my nature is to prove them wrong. So I was like, oh yeah, watch me be a scientist. And so I think it's those things all coupled together. I love having a job where I can be outside and I can be sharing the passion that I have for science and for birds and animals and habitats and environments, and trying to get other people excited about that as well.
I felt like I was taking in all this information and I was trying to remember it and process it, and I was a little lost, and yesterday it just came together. So learning how to use all the tools, how to spot cavities, how to collect the data, it was just amazing to me because it's a lot of stuff that we teach back at Forest Hills, but it's in a classroom setting or a lab setting. So the fact that we were able to just learn a tool, collect data, use a scientific method, and work as a team outside was absolutely amazing for me.
I joined this trip because, I don't know, I thought like going out into the field would be really exciting, and I've already hiked a lot, so I know that I like hiking. And I've explored like a lot of other fields of science, like engineering and working in a lab, but I've never actually like experienced working out in the field. So I thought that it would be a really unique opportunity, and two of my best friends were like applying and going on the trip too, so I thought it'd be really fun to hang out with them in nature and just explore. Science. I like science. I don't know, like I guess because well, first I didn't like science actually in middle school, but then once I got to high school and Miss Mancebo's class, shout out to Miss Mancebo, and her chemistry research class in freshman year, I really started enjoying science because I saw that it's not just like sitting at a desk and having to read a textbook like page to page, all boring information. Like I learned that it could be applicable in a lab or even like outside, like in nature. It's very applicable being here. I saw like we did a class discussion a few days ago, and we put on the board like all these classroom applications of being outside, and I never really thought about it. Like of course, like you can read a textbook and read about like sexual dimorphism, but being here you can actually see it, and it's more interesting. I don't know, like science is cool. Like it's not just reading textbook. Like you get to go outside and it really explains like the world. Like you could be like, oh, why is the sky blue, and it gives you an answer. So that's why I like science.
So where we are here in southeastern Arizona is one of the biodiversity hotspots for lots of different plants and animals, including owls. And so we are here to understand how this very rich owl community is impacted long-term by climate change, and on the shorter term by the different kinds of forest habitats that we have in the area. So the other reason besides looking at long-term impacts and how cavities and owl communities are impacted by climate change in different forests is that most of these species, these little forest owl species, are not very well studied in a lot of places, and so they're what we call knowledge gap species, meaning that we don't know details about the types of cavities they like to use or how long their incubation period is, or data like that. We don't have a ton of information on survivorship and how long these animals live and where they move, and so our research is going to shed some light on that too. So I like owls, and I joke with friends and people that come on these trips. Mostly joke, but kind of mean it too, is I think they're one of the pinnacles of evolution, in that they have these amazing adaptations that let them make a living and get by in the dark. And for a bird, it's pretty impressive to be able to locate your prey by sound alone and catch it, to fly silently, to see well in very low light levels. And so these combinations of traits that most owls share make the group in general pretty interesting to me. The other thing I find interesting for owls, and then some other species too, is that they live in tree hollows or holes in trees. And so they rely on natural processes or other species to create those holes that are pretty important in their life cycle. And so that's one of the things that we're studying with this project, and one of the things I find fascinating and interesting as an ecologist about owls and cavity nesters in general.
My favorite moment, definitely at night. Probably when the students first started seeing the stars. That was really special moment to kind of see through their eyes what it's like to be out in the wild and look up at the night sky and just see it flooded with all these beautiful objects. And even myself, just being out in the woods at night, there was something really serene and magical to that. Just staring up at the sky, watching shooting stars, and just listening to all the sounds of nature.
My favorite moment. I really enjoyed the nighttime outings when it's all quiet and and we're just waiting with anticipation. And then that moment when you actually catch the owl and seeing the look on the students' faces, that's a good one for me, especially the first time.
Yeah.
Do you believe in curiosity? Do you believe in what you cannot see? Do you believe life is a lucid dream? Well, that's how you study the stars. That's how you study the stars. And that's how you know by heart. Life is a lucid dream. Well, that's how you study the stars. That's how you study the stars. And that's how you know by heart. Life is a lucid dream. I am a light sleeper, but I